So Iron Fist season 2, is it better than the first one? Absolutely, much better. For a start, the staple of this show being called Iron Fist is he's a martial artist. So the fight scenes needed to be improved so much because that was a real letdown. I mean, Daredevil, he's one of my favorite characters and I love that show. One of the best shows on television in my opinion. But how can Daredevil be seen as a better fighter than Danny Rand, the immortal Iron Fist? That made no sense. It made no sense whatsoever. But they did improve his fighting and also his character a little bit more in Defenders, and even more so you see in Luke Cage season 2 as well, with his little cameo in there. They improved his character a lot more. He was a lot less arrogant, a lot less, like, I don't know, naive. He was very naive in the first season. And in this season, they seem to have matured the character a lot more. And it starts off fantastically. I just love the fact that he was taking on the triads. His face was actually masked. You know, being a multi-billionaire and a well-known personality, public persona, you thought, okay, being the immortal Iron Fist isn't necessarily something you want to highlight to the world. And it's a bit late in the game, but I still think it was a good idea to mask him, you know, because he didn't have the traditional Iron Fist mask, you know, kind of head mask. But I like the fact that they did mask him up in this, you know, and his martial arts skills, again, the fight scenes are a lot better. They brought in a new stunt coordinator to do the fighting, and it was a lot better. They got straight into it, you know. I think for season 1, it took like 6 episodes for you to see even a half decent fight scene, which is ridiculous. You know, they seem to be focusing on the corporate side of this story rather than the martial arts side, you know, and just getting straight to the point. And I thought that this one was a lot more straight to the point. They cut out a lot of the unnecessary stuff anyway, and just stripped it back to what it should be, which is just a kick-ass martial arts series, you know, with this martial arts expert who's supposed to be one of the best fighters in the Marvel universe. And I'm starting to believe it a little bit more with this series, and I did really enjoy it. Now, I enjoyed Danny Rand. His character has improved a lot. Colleen Wing was cool. Obviously Misty Knight's coming in from Luke Cage, that was cool as well. But what I liked the most, the character who I liked the most, was actually Davos. I really thought he was a good villain. And he, you know, although obviously he became very psychotic, again, you could see his perspective. And this is one thing I think the Netflix shows do really well. Daredevil, Luke Cage. I'm not really a big fan of Jessica Jones. I saw 4 episodes and I couldn't finish it. But the Netflix shows on a whole, Punisher, another great one, what they do is they show the character's history later on in the series through flashbacks, so you understand why they are at the point that they are. You know, so you see Wilson Fisk in Daredevil, you see who he is now, but then you see how he got that way, you know, through the abuse he took from his father and having to murder his father, and how his father was abusive to his mother and all this kind of stuff, and how he's trying to, you know, that kind of storyline you see in the past through flashbacks that are relevant to like an episode, maybe 6 episodes in. And they did the same with Davos, and I thought that was really cool, like showing the scenes in Kung Lung where Danny had to fight Davos for the right to face the dragon, to become the immortal Iron Fist. You know, that was great. It was a great fight scene as well, but you saw why Davos is so driven and why he feels Danny's not worthy of the Iron Fist, because he actually really beat him in that fight. But also Danny, he's being it's kind of like right now he's feeling burdened by the Iron Fist. He's not able to handle the power, and Davos even says it to him. He's like, you're not worthy of the Iron Fist. You're not able to do what's necessary, you know. And there is some elements of truth to that in a little way. Even Danny addresses that later on in the show. You know, spoilers. This is going to be a spoiler alert show, by the way. I forgot to mention. But if you haven't seen Iron Fist, I would click away now. But what you see later on in the show is when he's when Danny he wants to give up the Iron Fist, and he wants to, well, he's not that he wants to give it up. He says he wants it nothing. He wants it more than anything, but he wants Colleen to take back the Iron Fist from Davos. I mean, at that point when he said that, I was kind of like, really? You know, we're going to make her the Iron Fist? He's the Iron Fist. She's not the Iron Fist. I mean, I don't read the comics, so I didn't know the lore until I watched a few videos on YouTube, Emergency Awesome and these kind of people, like explaining the lore of the Iron Fist and in relation to Colleen Wing and in relation to some other characters. But I was like, why are they doing that? You know, I know Colleen's a likable character, but let's not make it the Colleen Wing show. It is the Danny Rand show. You know, you want him to be the main focal point of the story. But giving her the Iron Fist, as we see, was necessary for him to become even greater, because that final scene was absolutely epic. You know, that was I'm wondering, how did he get the Iron Fist back, and how did he get those guns to shoot the bullet out of the air? That was like, oh my god, like that was a great hook, probably one of the best hooks, if not the best hook in any of the Netflix shows, in any of the Netflix Marvel shows. So that was a really good ending, and it makes me interested in seeing season 3 even more. I mean, I gave season 1 a chance and I watched it all the way through, even though it wasn't really good. It wasn't good at all, because I like the idea of a martial arts hero who's kung fu. You know, he harnesses the power of chi and all of that, because obviously, you know me, I love martial arts and movies and martial arts together, that combination and the mythology of these characters. So the fact that Marvel has this kind of character, I thought, you know, and I love Daredevil, who's a fantastic martial artist in and of itself. So I thought, if they got another character that's actually based on martial arts, that must be an epic character. So I was invested just for the whole idea of the character from season 1, even though it was a ridiculous season, and obviously they got a new showrunner to come in and do season 2, should I say, and it makes a huge difference. It made a huge difference. And again, if you're still watching this and you haven't seen season 2, and I've spoiled elements of it for you now, but definitely check it out. It's worth checking out this time round. Definitely worth checking out. It's a big improvement in the story, in the characters, in the fight scenes, which is one of the most important elements of a show called Iron Fist. And just overall, as a Netflix Marvel show, it was worth watching, and definitely check it out. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you loved most about season 2. Did you think it was a massive improvement from season 1? I'm sure you did. And where do you think it ranks in the Netflix Marvel shows in terms of Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and obviously the Punisher? Where do you think it ranks in terms of the quality? Where has it gone up a notch or down a notch in your eyes? Love to know your comments. Leave them below. Anyway, I'll see you next time for another video. Remember, behind every fight is a great story. Peace.